What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Garage Topics. The garage is behind me, and also behind me is my new to me 2014 Ford F-150 Raptor. To all the OGs of Garage Topics, thanks for checking out the video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe or like this video because I'll have more content of this truck because I like it a lot. This isn't the replacement for the Tundra, but it kind of is. They're very different. So this is a 2014 Ford F-150 Raptor crew cab. I bought it with 108,000 miles on it. It is a one-owner truck from Louisiana. It has almost no rust on it at all, and it was kept up very well. And I got this for a smoking deal. Smoking deal? How do you get a good deal on a first-gen Raptor, especially the 13-14s? Your boy bought a rebuilt title one, which I wasn't planning on doing, but I've looked at several first-gen Raptors, and they've all been beaten, and if not, they're very, very expensive if they're in good condition. This one I wasn't even considering buying, but I took a look at it, and it's in immaculate condition. The previous owner took such good care of it, and the issue with the accident was, in my opinion, pretty minor, and the fixes were done fantastically, so I've got no issues with it. It's literally like a brand new truck, even though it's almost 10 years old now. So the reason this has a rebuilt title is that it got hit on this side here. The only way that you can tell that anything is different from the truck is that the body line between the fender and that front door is a little bit different than the other side. If you weren't looking for it, you'd have no clue. As far as how it rides and how it drives like a untouched, no accident vehicle. It's fantastic. So no issues with that there. I'm gonna have a video about rebuilt titles coming up very soon because I think it's a hot topic that we need to discuss. So I've owned this truck now for 6 months. I've done a couple of small mods to it, but basically it's bone stock. I got it with the front suspension lifted to level it. These trucks have Fox Racing shocks on them from the factory. The front you can actually lower or raise. This is, I believe, called mid-perch, so it levels out the truck. So that was done before I got it. We'll get more into it later, but these shocks need to be replaced. This truck did not come with this bed camper shell. I actually bought the truck knowing I wanted this exact shell. I didn't want to buy one new, but I spent months even before I bought the truck looking for one. I almost gave up, and then this bad boy showed up about an hour from me in the exact spec, everything I wanted. It's a Lear, I forget the exact name, I'll put it in the video, but it's got the side windows and wind doors, which means these open as such, which is cool, you can grab in stuff, but they also have a sliding window here so you can vent it out, which is great. Like, I went to Lowe's like a dad should do every day and got some plants the other day, and I opened up the vents so we can go out and do other stuff. It's great. I will get this thing paint matched. It doesn't look that bad right now with it black, but I think it'll look incredible paint match. There's enough black in the windows and everything that I think it'll tie it in very nicely. These tires are actually brand new. I put them on when I bought the truck. They're Toyo Open Country AT3s. I had the AT2s on my Tundra. I love them. These are the new improved versions. Apparently they have better snow and wet performance, and I believe it. They really do great. They're a little bit noisy, but I think all terrains are. They're not like howling by any means, but if you're used to a Honda Civic or something, they would be loud essentially, but they're great, and I've technically put 5,000 miles on them already. The last mod I've done to this is actually putting LEDs in this front because it has the signature Raptor lights, which are fantastic. These are all LEDs up top, but these were just incandescent bulbs in here, so I swapped them out, and it looks great. I will go into detail further. There's an app called, or a program called Forescan. It allows you to really manipulate a lot of the configurable things on this truck, and I've done a couple of those, such as when you put these LEDs in, there's a setting to make it so that it doesn't flash, hyper flash. You can turn that off, which is really cool. I also did a mod too where when this truck is in drive, the marker lamps down, because what's the point in owning a Raptor if you can't keep your marker lamps on and show everyone that you got a Raptor? So I bought this from a guy named Brian who I've became buddies with. I didn't tell him when I was buying this truck, but this is the exact spec I wanted. It's white, it's a 2013 or 2014, but technically 2014, which is ideal. It's white, it has the hood graphic, which is in great shape. Like I mentioned, someone really took care of this. None of these all crack and peel and look gross. And then also, it doesn't have the side graphics, which I'm not really a huge fan of. And to top it all off, I wanted a specific interior color combo, which is the black and blue combo. I think it looks incredible and really wakes this truck up. So what that gets you blue Raptor riding, gets you blue in the seats, it gets you blue on the doors, it gets you blue on the center console and radio surround. I think it really makes this truck look a whole lot nicer. The newer Raptors have a Recaro feature, which have these blue Alcantara seats, and they look incredible. people pay a premium for them. I think these do the job just fine in a first-gen Raptor, but you can tell, like, it's in such good shape. Normally these center marker things are all chewed up and gross. I don't think this has ever been replaced. It looks brand new. Everything is in very, very good shape in here. The back seat, which is normally where my kids hang out, has a ton of space. I can put car seats in here and their feet won't kick the back of the seats, which if you're a parent, that's freaking incredible. And if you guys want to challenge me to a race popping these as fast as possible, I'll beat you every time, brothers. Too hot out there. Let's go take this bad boy for a drive. This is a lot more luxury than I'm used to, even compared to the SS in some cases. So, favorite feature of this truck as far as interior goes is AC seats. The SS has ventilated seats. AC seats are on another level. The Tundra had this vent called the ball chiller. It was an AC vent that was right underneath the steering column that would point towards your crotch area. That was great, but these seats crush that because it's everywhere. It's on your bottom. I believe it's even on your back too. It feels great. Good old back roads, a perfect place to take this Raptor for a spin. We'll talk more about what the vehicle's condition is and how I got it and my thoughts for the future with it. Bone stock mechanically. No engine tune, no exhaust, no cold air intake. Bone stock. Interior wise, bone stock other than some window tint on the front windows and the windshield. I bought it with, I believe, like 108, but technically I think 109,000 miles. I've put 5,000 miles on this truck in 6 months, which is double the rate of driving that I put on the Tundra. A lot of that is because of long distance trip I did to Virginia. A big old box truck. I'm gonna slow the F down. Oh, the guy's wiling out. Dang, that's hauling ass. Drove to Virginia and back literally the first month I had it. Did flawlessly, got 13.5 miles per gallon, which is not the best, but I did great. I also drove it to the Smoky Mountains for the Bronco Super Celebration. Put all the Bronco sheet metal that I had in the very back. It was great. This thing is incredible on road trips. I just wish it got better gas mileage. Mentioned that the shocks need to be replaced on these trucks. They're supposed to be replaced every 50,000 miles. I don't believe these have ever been replaced because of the condition of the shocks is kind of oxidized. I'm either going to get them rebuilt or get some new ones from a different brand. TBD on that. There'll be hopefully a future video covering that. I have replaced the brake pads and rotors. When I first got it, it was making this terrible grinding sound. It just sounded terrible. Turns out that someone installed brake pads incorrectly in this truck for who knows how long. These trucks literally have an inside and an outside pad specifically on the front, so if you didn't know that, you just slap them in and think you're fine. Most cars have the same pad in or out of, but these do not, and if you don't install them right, you'll have a bad time. I've also changed the spark plug wires and ignition coils. Like on a Tundra, like some people don't do those for 200,000 miles. These trucks, 100,000 miles seems to be the sweet spot for that. They have 16 plugs, which was a pain, but I did it myself. It really wasn't that bad. I did notice a little bit better gas mileage, like half a gallon but better, and it feels a little bit more peppy. I randomly had one check engine light on for knock detection in the engine, and it's probably because the spark plugs weren't doing their job correctly, either because the plugs themselves or the coils. Not sure. But man, yeah, this thing is great. So I've owned it 6 months now. Kind of was like, I've been hesitant about the whole time as far as this is the first time in 10 years that I haven't had a Toyota truck, but so far so good. I've read that these first-gen Raptors specifically are pretty notorious for being reliable. Sure, they do require a little bit more like upkeep and preventive maintenance than a Tundra or a Toyota product, but this truck is so cool, and I don't mind doing it. I really thought if this thing continuously gave me issues, it'd be a different conversation, but there are plenty of examples of this truck with 200,000+ miles. And this one only has 114 now, so it's got a lot of life left. like issues to be worried about these trucks. Transmissions on a lot of these, this thing called a lead frame, basically this controller that fritzes out. To my knowledge, the 2014s had an updated version of it, and that's why 2014s are highly desirable. That, and in addition to the frame being a little bit stronger than the older versions, and then also having the HID headlights set up in the Sync 2 or 3, whatever it is. Let's take a little whoopty section back over here. Towing. So I towed an acquisition that will be on the channel here very soon. Recently, the first time I've towed a car, man, it is a night and day difference compared to the Tundra. The Tundra did a lot better than a Tacoma. This thing did a lot better than the Tundra. It like literally didn't feel like anything was going on back there, which is fantastic because I'd like to tow my Bronco to different events and pick up more cars here and there. So this gives me the confidence that I can do that. So these sunroofs, it makes it brighter. These sunroofs are notorious for going bad. Like the electric gears of them will just kind of snap and do stuff. I'm scared to open it. I opened it twice, and I'm probably not going to open it a ton. It's a pretty small sunroof, so the advantage of opening it, you don't really feel any much more wind than having your windows down. The Tundra I used to have had a lot bigger sunroof, and the newer Raptors have a panoramic sunroof in them. I've thoroughly enjoyed owning this truck so far. I love the Tundra, but it took some work for me to like it. This thing out of the box is so good. I get roughly the same miles per gallon in it. It is a bigger truck, and so it's taken me quite some time to get used to the size of this truck. It honestly reminds me of driving a U-Haul truck because of how high you are up in this truck, and then also how wide and big it is, but I've gotten used to it. Another thing I'll note is like this back road here, I've taken it on some pretty windy back roads, and it's not a sports car by any means, but it does so good on these roads. It's actually fun to drive this thing. And like, so combining how much fun it is to drive, how easy it is to live with having kids, getting them in and out of the car, I drive this honestly more than my SS now. So this has basically became my primary daily. I've been blown away with how much I've been impressed by it, and I'm really hoping it treats me well for the long haul. I'll do my time to do updated maintenance and such, but it needs to treat me right back, you know? Here we go. All right. Thing is quick. I just sucked up some gas doing that, but it'll move out of its own way plenty fine. Truth be told, I test drove a 2nd gen Raptor recently because they've grown on me, and I've got car ADD. That thing hauls ass, but this one is more than fine. I have no complaints about the power that this thing puts out. I am chilling with my AC seats and my AC truck, feeling nice and cool, nice and good. This thing is so nice to drive. I guess me becoming an old man is making me more sensitive, but it's like driving a sofa that's controllable. It's ideal, honestly. So that's all I have. I just wanted to bring you along and keep you up to date with what's going on. If you want to see real-time updates, check me out on Instagram and Facebook. I'm updating there pretty frequently about what's going on. You'll actually see my new project there, and you'll get glimpses into what's going on earlier than YouTube because it's a lot easier to post on Instagram and Facebook. If you got any questions about this truck and recommend buying one, I'm happy to answer any questions. If you got any ones that you're looking at, send me a DM and I'll tell you my honest opinion if it's a good deal or not. Again, a lot of OGs in Toyota space. Hoping to have another Toyota soon, so we will see. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see there, but this Tundra this Raptor is gonna stay here for a while because it is fantastic. So that being said, catch you guys later. Make sure you go to the doctors and stay safe. Catch you guys later. Peace out.